Hi guys, welcome to Movie Mates, episode 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, and
we did it once. We were like, hey, we kind of like this. Let's do it again.
Yeah, man.
So here we are.
Thanks for joining us. If you're new here, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more and more Movie Mates now because
Indeed.
we're enjoying it, and our non-existent viewers, I'm sure, are enjoying it as well. So yeah, I think
Fun for everyone.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think at the moment this is only on YouTube. At some point, if you're listening to this in some future world where this is an audio-only version,
Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
We did this just for you.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure it out, man. Starting a podcast is hard.
Alright.
Cool. So, what as you can see in our little trailer, we're reviewing Deadpool 2 today.
Woo.
Man, we actually went and saw this together about a week ago.
It was fantastic.
It's good. You liked it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, before we get into the swing of things, I think our previous format was a little bit of what we thought before getting into spoiler territory. And then give a big, good spoiler warning, and then get into spoiler territory.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
So can I get started?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
What I thought, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep.
It was one of the funniest movies I have seen in a very long time.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's been a couple, but it is definitely up there.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it 100%. If I was to compare it to Deadpool 1...
Yeah, that's an interesting comparison. I feel that's the thing that everyone's trying to do.
I feel like I enjoyed it more. Reason being, I tend to like to laugh, and this made me laugh more than one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I liked both of them, and to be honest, I actually laughed. Oh man, it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel, without going too much into spoilers, but I felt like this. It still had the classic kind of meta humor of Deadpool, and it still worked really well. But I think it didn't. What was interesting is it didn't repeat the first movie too much. It didn't feel like we were just having Deadpool 1.5. Like it felt new, and I think the humor kind of reflected that. I found myself finding humor in different things to where I found humor in
the first one.
In the first one,
Yeah.
for sure. Still the same kind of meta humor, and if you like one, you'll like two.
So for me, and I'm being mindful not to get spoilery, the biggest difference and the reason I like the two differently is one, I prefer the story.
Yes.
I prefer the story in one, but I prefer the humor in two, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I feel like two leaned more into the humor and more into references.
Yeah.
Because, whereas one, it had references. It also had the breaking the fourth wall. It had all of the same things, but it also tried to tell a solid story at the same time.
Yep.
Whereas this one tried to still give us a story, but I feel like it didn't care as much about the story.
Well, that's pretty true for most sequel superhero movies because you don't have to worry about where do they come from. I got to explain their powers. They're like, he's fucking Deadpool. You know who Deadpool is?
He's doing his thing.
Just Deadpool being Deadpool.
Yeah.
Go. So and generally I like those movies more as a result.
It's like for me with Thor as well, where I enjoyed Ragnarok more than any of the other Thors because it just went into it and it was funny.
Yep.
It was intentionally, significantly more funny.
Yep.
All right.
So what I liked a lot in this as well was before we can jump into spoilers is that what I liked is I felt the pacing was actually a little bit better in this movie, and the third act of this movie is better than the third act of number one. So number one. Again, you should have seen one by now. You wouldn't have clicked on this video if you hadn't seen one already. So, number one's third act is where they're kind of like, he's trying to get his girlfriend back and and they're fighting. There's some good moments in that, but all in all, I was like, it's okay. Like, I really wasn't super wrapped in, like, the scene was good, but like on rewatchings, I was like, it's
this
okay.
Just happened.
And it feels kind of short.
Yeah.
The third act of this movie is like really well done. It is like there's a similar kind of team moment, and it's just funnier, and there's even more stakes behind it, and it feels a bit more serious in those moments as well.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was engaged through this movie the whole way. Where in number one, I found certain bits really great and really good, but then some parts like I rewatch and I'm almost tempted to just fast forward through my favorite bits. Of number one, where this movie I'll watch over like again through and through. So really good.
One other thing that I did want to call out with regards to number two, I kind of like the fact that there was no big baddie. There wasn't a main antagonist.
Not really, no. Well, okay.
So, like, I was being conscious not to spoil it.
Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. Spoilers. You have been warned. Spoilers right now. Spoiler 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've been warned. Benjamin, continue.
No antagonist. No. This is the clear bad guy.
Well, in the trailer, they make it to be Cable.
Yes.
Which is funny because anyone that has read or seen
anything about Cable,
anything of Deadpool franchise is that Cable is one of Deadpool's teammates.
Yeah.
So you're like, they work together all the time. Cable is probably the most seen superhero in Deadpool stuff.
Correct.
Next to probably Spider-Man maybe, but definitely Cable is like a huge part of that world. So to him being like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, he's not going to be the enemy. There's no fucking way.
There's no way that's going to be the case.
Yeah, and basically that is it. So he's the antagonist. He serves as the antagonist for a portion of the movie, and then you get the switch up, and then they team up.
It introduces different characters that makes you think, okay, no, this is a bad guy. Oh, this is a bad guy. Like, it kind of just builds on it, and it flows well as part of the story. So I enjoyed that in that it wasn't so clean cut in saying, these are the good guys, this is the bad guy, or these are the bad guys.
Yeah.
It kind of progressively changed as the movie went on. That was really cool.
The one thing that I love the most about this movie, on thinking back after watching it, was the use of trailers. And we talked about this somewhat in our last episode, Infinity War, how like Marvel, I think the movie industry as a whole, but very much superhero movies, because they do rely on a lot of like spoilers, is that they're being very, very clever with how they do trailers and actually having misleading scenes in trailers to keep the surprise for when you're actually watching the movie. And just little bits and pieces like having Thor's eye digitally inserted for Ragnarok when he lost it in the scene that they're showing it from.
Yep.
From Infinity War where Thanos actually has 5 stones in the gauntlet and not just 2. Yep. This is my favorite example of this from now on. So all of this, I'm just for our visual for our audio listeners, I'm just going through the trailer at the moment. But there's some awesome scenes here. So you go through, where is it? So you go here and you're like, oh, look, there's Domino and there's all these people and they're doing X-Force. So it's a comic line. And look, there's Terry Crews. You're like, holy shit, Terry Crews is in this movie. I've never heard of Bedlam in my fucking life. But he is an X-Force character. Yeah. And you're like, cool, they're doing X-Force.
It's going to be a team thing.
And he's even like doing the X-Force thing. And he's like saying X-Force in the trailer. And you're like, cool, okay.
This is going to be great.
X-Force. Yes. We're doing an X-Force. And none of that shit happens. They all die immediately.
They instantly kill all of them off.
Brutal deaths.
Except from Domino.
My favorite bit is when Terry Crews gets hit by the truck and they're just trying to resuscitate him on the ground and he's just dead. And you're like, holy fuck. And
the one that spits venom gets caught in the wood chipper. The alien guy
gets like caught in the helicopter blade.
And it's just green blood everywhere. And then what's his name? Peter goes to help the guy that spits venom out of through the wood chipper, and then he vomits on him, and it just melts his arm off. I was like, that's fantastic.
It's so fucking good. It is the best for people that do like the theory channels and stuff and try and pick apart trailers and go, what if this? And what if this happens? And what if it means this? And it's all such a huge... It's not like Thor's eye. It's cool how they did that. They're like, it's a different fucking movie.
Complete misdirection. It was an intentional and absolute complete misdirection.
It's amazing.
The other thing...
I fucking love it.
The other thing that I really liked with regards to the misdirection in the trailers was the bullet slicing.
Oh,
with
that's
the
amazing.
swords.
Is this actually?
I don't think it's in this one.
So
I didn't
let's
see
see
it in
if
this
we
one
can.
at all.
I thought.
But we can find it
Not
separately.
in this.
But the point is, in the trailers, it shows Cable starts shooting at Deadpool,
see if I can
and
find
he's
it.
doing his blade swinging and like deflecting them all basically. And leading up to the movie, I saw so many comparisons like, they did this in the Wolverine
they
Origins.
do. Oh, I've got it here. So they actually do that in the Wolverine Origins.
It's like, okay, this is what
It's a
they
very
did
cool
in
throwback.
Wolverine Origins, so they're doing a throwback here
Boom.
as well.
And they're just like,
and then it just shows that deflect. And then
yeah.
it's just riddled with holes. Like after that first one that he caught, he just did not catch a single one.
This is
of them
funny because
afterwards.
this one actually does show him being shot.
Yeah.
But in the original teaser, he was deflecting
deflected all of
everyone.
them, yeah.
Literally, even I think this shot. I would like to go back and actually see the movie, but he deflects this first
one
shot
just
here.
slashes it,
He
yeah.
does slice the first bullet, and then with this next shot of them like side on. There's zero, like, you can see, like, all of these little flashes. None of that. He misses every fucking shot. Every shot. It's so amazing. Yeah, and then this is the payoff of the joke of Wolverine Origins joke.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. I 100% enjoyed that.
They super, like, they really get into it. And because the thing is, like, as part of a culture, and we're involved in it too, of, like, watching trailers over and over and just getting so much enjoyment and being like, oh my god, I'm so excited for this movie. To be thrown a curveball, it's just so much enjoyment on the part of the viewer. Like, I love it. And one of my favorite recurring jokes in the movie also was him like whispering X-Force. Yeah. He just like, he just be like, you're doing so well, X-Force, like every time. like just as
like he's so intent on making a thing.
At this point, he keeps saying it when everyone's already dead.
They're all gone.
They're all dead, and he's still going X-Force. Give me X-Force. Speaking of as well, Domino's fucking awesome in this movie.
Dude, I was gonna get to that point.
So cool.
Of 100%.
Very fun.
I'm gonna be honest. My favorite character.
Oh really?
Is Domino. Partially because I have the hots for her now.
Yeah, well, you're only human.
But no, seriously, like for me personally, amazing character. Like a weird and interesting power of luck. But because of that, she's just super confident in everything that she does. She's just like, shit's just gonna work out. I'm just gonna do my thing. I'm happy. So I'm just gonna, and for me, because of that, I'm like a personality trait that I've always loved is confidence in people, right? So when you just see her running along with the like convoy blowing up and tripping over behind her, and she's just like casually doing her thing, I was just like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that is freaking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Really.
And then she has a sweet throw, so I'm like, perfect. I've mentioned that Domino is my favorite character.
Yes.
Least favorite character. Do you want to know who mine is?
Who?
The kid.
Oh yeah, he's pretty annoying.
I do not like that kid.
I do enjoy the fact that he's New Zealand. They make heaps of Kiwi jokes. It's fucking great.
I don't understand his I kind of understand his motive, but I don't agree with it. I don't appreciate it. Like, there's just nothing about his character that I like. His sole purpose was to tie them together and to give Deadpool a good thing to strive for.
He was the MacGuffin of the movie. I actually read somewhere on Twitter, someone said that the biggest disappointment of Deadpool 2 for them is that at no point did Ryan Reynolds call the kid MacGuffin. Because it's just literally like that's what the kid is there for.
Sole purpose.
That's the sole. He is solely there to drive the plot. That is the only reason that child is in the movie.
Yeah. Because even if you think about it, like the reason Cable came back was because this kid killed his family. But like at no point does it explain how he's so powerful, or like he's just a kid that has flaming hands.
Yeah.
Like there are other mutants, there are other people that have a similar thing, and they're much more powerful. Yes, he gets a taste for killing, and he keeps killing, which I don't get as a drive for him to go kill Deadpool, Cable's family. Yeah. Eventually, like it just. His whole story just made no sense to me, and I did not appreciate it one little bit. I was just like, kid You are annoying and you do not add value.
You do not add value to this movie. I'm sorry.
So please, just but yeah, his whole purpose was to drive the whole reason Deadpool was doing anything.
The one thing that I was like disappointed in, and again, this is only personally being like, this is what I wanted. Once I saw it was in the movie, I was like, I'm waiting, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or at least make a joke about it not happening specifically. Was okay. So the Juggernaut is in this movie, which is a big
I know what
thing.
You're getting at.
And I was just fucking waiting. And the Juggernaut's great.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
And the fight scene with him and Colossus is fucking awesome. Yes. I loved it so much. However, there's no reference to I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Yeah. The whole way through, I was like, come on, you brought the Juggernaut back. There's a meme about this man. Why the fuck haven't you said it yet?
Use that?
Come on.
Why would you not bring that in?
Or particularly, or like make reference to the fact that you're not using it. Yeah. But it's just like, didn't happen. I was just like, God damn it, come on.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Juggernaut as a whole, and I enjoyed that fight scene. I also enjoyed the way that they beat him by the end of it.
He fucking stuck something up his butthole.
An electric cable and kicked him into a pool.
But the thing is, okay, so here's one of my things that I didn't understand about the movie. In the last scene where it's like panning out, you see him getting out of the pool.
Yeah.
How the fuck is he still alive? Like, the whole point is, he's in... Okay, so this might be just due to me not understanding how the Juggernaut's powers work, but he's supposed to be like, with that helmet on, he's supposed to be like crazy tough. Effectively, when he starts running, he is an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yep.
Is there something in his canon about him not fucking being able to die?
No, he's just insanely resilient as well. Like, that's part of it.
Got electrocuted. He's like, I'm gonna get out of the pool now.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
So it's like...
You have a healing factor or anything?
No, he's just super resistant. He can take a good beating.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why they just walked off and left him there.
Well, they thought he was dead. Like, that would kill anyone. They're like, oh, he's the fucking Juggernaut. Dead now.
And even if it was dead, you'd just leave a dead
corpse in the pool.
9-foot body in the pool. I don't think so.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. It's cool. No, the Juggernaut was fun. I had no idea. Because, and to be honest, like, it was something that, like, I'm sure people would have, like, when they saw, like, the ominous foreshadowing that they even called out in the movie, that, like, oh, there's big monsters down there. I was like, oh, who could it be? Yeah, I didn't honestly. I did not think about
I
was like,
I did not think about it at all.
I didn't really think about it.
The thing is, they didn't introduce any other bad guys that, like, even hint at. Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't think so. They did. Yeah. So at no point was it like, oh, it could be this person or it could be this person. I was just like,
it's a Juggernaut. I was like, holy fuck.
I'm waiting. And even when he first started talking to him, I still didn't think about it. It wasn't until he got let out. I was like, oh.
Holy shit. Yeah,
so that's really what's going on.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Kind of had a question I wanted to talk to you about was, do you think that, so two parts to this. Do you think that another style of movie, like Deadpool, it's not a Deadpool movie, with the fourth wall breaking and this kind of, like, one of the first big things to do was, like, the book Don Quixote. Literary reference for everyone.
Yep.
But if you're, like, to do this kind of style of thing, or is this kind of a thing that's pretty unique to Deadpool that no one's really gonna attempt with another property or even with an original thing, like they make an original movie, like
breaking the fourth wall is a fairly not common, but it's definitely a movie it's
definitely a trope.
It's a media technique.
Happens, but the thing is, like, your movie doesn't usually center around
the fourth wall. I don't think any other movie will ever, or I don't think to say ever is a bit of a stretch, but I don't think I don't expect to see any other movie go, yes, we are gonna constantly break the fourth wall, constantly make real world references within this movie, constantly talk to the audience. Well, I don't anticipate that happening.
There's like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off and also like a House of Cards kind of thing where someone will come and turn and address the camera and address the audience. Yeah. But there's a difference from that and literally in this movie saying, we are in a movie.
Yeah. So
we are in this movie now.
In the Ferris Bueller one or the House of Cards, they literally stop the show. It is and I've seen a few scenes where all the other characters will freeze, the main character turns, talks,
Yeah.
for plot reasons, or for, hey, this is what's going on in case you missed it, or
And then
it gets back into the story. So them breaking the fourth wall is out of
the context
of
when this
the
is
movie.
happening, he's
Where
like,
this is
and
just
people
like,
are like, "What are you talking about? Like, he's insane."
yeah, this is straight up just carrying on within Deadpool's day to day.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with the comics as well. Even within the comics, it's literally him talking to the people, like the readers, him talking to the editors, the writers, and everything. It's him just interacting with us as if he was real and not entirely part of that world.
What's also funny is that in numerous times in the comic book, and even in the movies too, that it's established that Deadpool, like for us, Deadpool isn't crazy. He's actually right. Like he has gone before in the comics, and he is like in the comic that Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. His final person is to kill like the writers and editors of the comic book, and like so obviously it's not like, is he crazy? We know that he's not, actually
he's
not,
right.
He's right. Because then he's validated by then jumping in out of the comic book and interacting with the writer of the comic book or something like that. So it's actually funny of like, I'm breaking the fourth wall and everyone thinks I'm insane, but I'm the only
I'm the sole character that knows that this universe is a figment of someone else's imagination.
Yes. So part two. So I kind of think that like, I think it's possible to have a movie similar to this kind of style, but I think it's just going to be really hard, and especially within the realm of like superhero movies being the absolute jam, that I don't think we're going to be able to see that inside of another superhero movie. Deadpool, I think Deadpool's got the market kind of cornered on that.
I think it'll need a fair bit of time before someone else does.
Yeah, because I think because people will always be like,
will just be, this is
like Deadpool kind of thing.
You're just doing what Deadpool's
This is what people will have as their point of reference.
Yeah.
The other question is, do you think Deadpool... So I had this realization today, and I thought, is it possible for Deadpool to continue without Ryan Reynolds?
Yes and no.
Yep.
So, yes, in the sense of, I feel like Deadpool could continue without Ryan Reynolds the same way that Wolverine can continue without
Hugh Jackman.
Like, Wolverine and Hugh Jackman is iconic for Wolverine. Like, maybe not to the same extent, because Ryan Reynolds fits the bill to a T for Deadpool. Yeah. Like, it's his kind of humor. It's his baby. Like,
and it's been pretty public that he has fought and bled to have these movies made.
Make it happen.
He's publicly funded some of, like, out of his own pocket for some of the movie to the first one to be made. Like, and like, he was actually... there's a few talks that he actually did at Google, I think, where he was like asked to, kind of give a talk, and he was talking about Deadpool, and he was just like, no one wanted this. Yeah. No one wanted it made. And this is, I think it was shortly after the first one came out. It's like, no one wanted it made. No one, like, I put up my own money for a lot of it. I gave up, I took pretty much no money in my role. I had to fight consistently to get creative control over it, because they thought it was edgy. It couldn't be R, it couldn't be this, couldn't be that.
Yeah.
And he did it solely from the drive of how much he got screwed in Wolverine Origins, and how much he fucking hated that. And he got blindsided. He actually accepted the role of that movie, and then
expecting one thing,
then read the script, and then went, "This is awful."
Yeah.
This second act of Deadpool of Wade coming back as Weapon X is awful. It's crap. Yeah. I don't like it. And they went, well, if you don't do it, we're not gonna let you. You will never get a Deadpool solo movie. Yeah. And he went, oh, I'm gonna have to swallow it and do this fucking movie.
Yep.
Yeah. So
to that point, there's a few characters that I feel are again not to the same extent, but on a similar vein of it would feel weird another actor playing them. So Iron Man, I feel like someone else stepping in as Iron Man would probably feel weird. But it's also possible.
Or it's also doable. Rather like a Tony Stark.
Oh, sorry, like Tony Stark specifically. Yeah. Like not necessarily just Iron Man as a whole. Yeah. Whereas other characters, like Spider-Man's changed 3 times. Yeah, and there's no real.
I guess we're so used to it. But like the thing is, I feel that like with Ryan Reynolds, it's such a thing. Like, I guess the only way they could do it is that the next person would have to make jokes that they're no longer Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Because there's so many Ryan Reynolds jokes.
Into it.
There's so many Ryan Reynolds jokes in this movie.
Yeah.
And what I do like about this movie as well is for people like us who know a lot about the backstory, about how these movies got made and how, like, the whole drama of, you know, and knowing and seeing Wolverine Origins and seeing Green Lantern and seeing all these movies and the progression of his Ryan Reynolds' career and the just general pop culture, you're rewarded because there's all these jokes that a lot of people you might not get. And because Ryan, like, some of the funniest jokes to me was the after credits scenes.
Oh, yes. I was just about to mention that.
I just died. It basically went through all of, like,
all the lead up.
So the first one, which I'm actually interested in to see if they make that little bit like
cameo. Canon in
the movie,
in the universe,
in the rest of, like, Deadpool 3. So his girlfriend's back alive again. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, she's alive.
Why not?
It didn't matter. Nothing mattered. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That was part of it, right? That was the whole reason Cable came back, was to stop his family from being killed.
Yeah.
So, Wade taking the time machine
and doing the same,
saving his girlfriend, then hell yeah, like, I'd be surprised if they were like, no, she's still dead. It was like, no, we
saw her come back after the
credits. Yeah, I disagree on this point.
Yeah, but so that was, and then the next two buttons after that was fuck.
And see, okay, so
Deadpool
the first one,
killing the shit out of Weapon X, which is amazing.
The first one was still in movie.
It was.
Him going back and saving his girlfriend was still part of the
Deadpool,
movie universe.
Yeah, Deadpool.
The next two were absolutely breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Like, whole scenes about him doing things outside of the movie.
Going into Wolverine Origins, saying hello to Hugh Jackman. And it was a scene from Wolverine Origins because that was Hugh Jackman as he looked.
Yeah, no. So I imagine they would have just taken that clip
footage,
and then
he goes Wade, and then they change it around,
and then they just changed it to, like, an angle that's
Clever
not
editing.
quite the same, and was like, hey,
then,
just me.
And then just shoots the fuck out of Weapon X. He's like, fuck this guy, and then just unloads, like, consistently.
Just cleaning up the timeline.
But my favourite one was the final one.
Yeah.
The final one is him getting... Ryan Reynolds is reading the script for Green Lantern and being like, this is a really good idea. And then there's just a splatter of blood, and I thought, okay, I expected, like, he's going to rip the script up or something.
Yeah.
And then there's a splatter of blood, and Deadpool has shot Ryan Reynolds in the back of the head. Ryan Reynolds is just dead.
Done. Didn't happen.
He's like, you're welcome, Canada. Didn't happen.
Oh, speaking of...
Fuck, I burst out laughing in the cinema. That was just so goddamn funny.
Speaking of, one thing that I kind of was aware of leading up to the movie, because I was on Instagram and, like an idiot, saw things. But the fact that... No, the first thing that made me laugh was the intro, where they did the 007-esque...
I totally forgot about that.
That was... And this.
Yeah, and this scene comes from
amazing. It was fantastic.
Very good.
And then they also got Celine Dion to do the track for that intro. It was absolutely amazing. And I was just like, the fact that they were able to go, hey, Celine Dion, would you like to write and sing a song that is just us taking the piss out of 007 for Deadpool?
Absolutely.
She's like, yeah, sweet. Or why not?
And then they also did another one. The song at the end as well, the end credits, is like an X-Force theme song that someone recorded. Which made me laugh even harder because there's just so many.
So bad.
They're just pushing X-Force's jokes throughout the whole thing. I felt like it was a huge fuck you. It was just like, guess what? How long are we on for?
We are a solid 30 minutes now because I started timing a little late.
Okay, cool. So the last thing I wanted to touch on as well was predictions as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think this means for, I'm guessing, because this movie did fucking great at the box office, what do you think is in store for the obvious number 3?
That's
what would you like to see? Is there something that you like? I mean, we'd all love Wolverine. I mean, we just love Wolverine so much. But and there have been kind of rumors about like Hugh Jackman maybe, but I think it's pretty much done. And because from perspective as well, Hugh Jackman ended on Logan, and that's a very good end for that character.
And while we were watching the movie, when he got the time machine, remember what I was just like, what if he goes back and brings back Logan? Like, if he travels back in time or something. So that was my immediate thought. But no, in all seriousness, the Deadpool universe is massive. Yeah. There's a shit ton that, like, I did not expect them to bring Cable into this. Like, for number 2. Cable was not what I anticipated because time travel is always a funky thing to play with.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting Cable. Like, I love Cable. He's one of my favorite X-Men characters. But I did not anticipate that. So what that tells me is they're open to bring in any Deadpool based.
I think it'd be funny if they bring in like if they got Tom Holland in the next one, I would just fuck. But the thing is, he's actually a Sony character.
That is what I would
they
love.
Could do. They could do it without Marvel. Yes. They could just fucking do that.
That is absolutely, because Deadpool and Spider-Man are easily two of my favorite comic book characters ever.
Their dynamic, and they have a long history together.
And their dynamic as well. Is one of my favorite as well. So if that was to be what happens next, I am 100% on board for that.
I think from a lot of the things, it's like Deadpool. You often see him with like Cable. They do a lot of stuff with Spider-Man with Deadpool, and they do a lot of stuff with Wolverine with Deadpool.
Yeah,
they're the really common ones.
Those are his usual.
So, I think it'd be awesome to see Tom Holland. I would love Tom Holland in the next one.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I would love that.
The thing is, I thought one cool thing about his girlfriend Vanessa staying dead is that he has this whole thing with like the personification of death, similar to Thanos, but not really. It's different. But if Vanessa becomes his personification of death, if she stays dead, then that's why his
reason
kind
to
of goes
chase.
off the chase death is because now he has. So that's why I thought maybe they were setting that up. So when she came back alive, I was like that was my thing. I was like, but to me, again, this could be totally like trying to fuck with us. Is that like, from my mind, I was like, well, that's what they're setting up, right? Yeah. And then being like, she's alive now. Or is she?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah. But maybe, I don't know. But I'm excited for the next one. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't think the amount of times they can repeat a joke in this movie and me not give a shit about it is good.
It's phenomenal.
It also means that I'm probably not going to get like bored when number 3 comes out. I'm not going to be like, war, fourth wall.
Yeah, I don't anticipate that that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
Last thing for me to wrap on. Up on. One of my other favorite jokes was Cable using a bum bag as a utility belt.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, hey, I'm just reaching for my utility belt. And it's like, there's a goddamn bum bag. No, that is a goddamn fanny pack, and you know it. Like, killed me. Like, I cracked up on that spot.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, we usually would go into positive and negatives about a movie. There isn't a lot we didn't like about this movie. The thing is, it's pretty hard to not like it, solely because there's no real stakes. Like, you're not gonna like something, as long as the humor is good in this movie, you're
there for the humor.
You're not gonna, like, I mean, we could pick apart the storyline as much as you want, and there's probably a lot you can start picking apart.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you go in with the expectations of, it's fucking Deadpool, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, no, you won't be disappointed.
The intent was absolutely not.
Yeah. And the action scenes are pretty cool too. I think they actually ramped up on the action scenes, and there are some really cool scenes in here that are 100% serious and are kind of really humanizing moments for Deadpool. So I felt that they kind of got that in as well, to kind of break up just the consistent flow of jokes.
The jokes
they
and the
have some kind of pressure and seriousness about it, which was good.
Yeah.
So, I felt they did a really good job. I did like it more than one.
I think I mentioned this right at the start. I enjoyed one for the story more, but I enjoyed this as a whole.
Yeah, as a movie more. Yeah, sure.
All right, I think we're at a sweet spot.
Yes, so let's wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we haven't gone too long. Sure, we're fine. We're fine. So thank you so much for watching. We appreciate if you're sticking with us, and
thank you very much.
We are going to be doing some more of these.
Yes.
So if you would like to have your recommendation of a movie and or like Netflix movie/TV shows. As long as the Netflix based, because we're in Australia, so Netflix it is.
Screw any other source of streaming media.
Sorry. But yeah, let us know if you want us to review something or have a look at it.
Either let us know in the comments or jump onto our Discord. We're constantly chatting away.
Everything will be in the description of the video if you want to find more of our stuff.
And if this gets enough traction, we'll spin up a whole movie review channel in Discord, and you can jump into there and have whatever discussion needs to happen. But for the time being, just jump in wherever you want to. And let us know what you think, what you feel, and what you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. The last thing as well I was going to say is about next up. So we do want to try and do Solo. I've seen Solo. I have seen it.
This is true.
You
I am
have
going
not.
to see it. I am going to go see it hopefully this weekend.
So we'll try and do that. But there's also something that I might want you to watch. I want you to watch, and then we'll have a talk about it. 'Cause I think it's something that we should definitely review because it is a thing on Netflix.
I'm worried already because I think...
The series... What?
No, sorry.
Okay, so there's a TV show. It's a short TV show. I think it's like 8 episodes. It's called Happy. Have you seen it?
I saw the clip for it. I saw the trailer for it. I was this close to watching it already.
So I've seen the first episode. So I watched the first little bit and I was like, this is great. Benjamin needs to see this. And I think it's going to be... It looks a very interesting show.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like this kind of humor. I actually compared it... The first episode in my brain when Deadpool crossed with... I said Max Payne from a video game background.
Yep.
Deadpool voice with Max Payne. If you're going purely from a superhero kind of background, kind of the Punisher.
Okay.
But I would say like the Max Payne character
feels a better fit.
Yeah, is a better fit with me. Max Payne with Deadpool.
Okay.
It is fucking... I watched it. Leah watched the first episode with me. She fucking hated it. Absolutely hated it.
Not her thing.
I loved it, and I know my brother watched it as well, and he actually recommended it to me before he known that I'd even seen it.
He was like, this is a thing.
So we'll watch that, and then maybe we can do a review on that as well.
Okay.
I'm keen to get your impression on that.
Yeah, I was this close to watching it already, so with your recommendations, I'm definitely down for that.
Cool.
Alright, sweet.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Huh.